Sandra.
Hi, Julia.
Hi, Sandra. So lovely to have you here.
And you. In your beautiful home as well.
Yes, in the living room.
Very,
I found this space.
Very calm and very tranquil. It's beautiful.
Yes, I did a little bit of Palo Santo there. Yeah. So it's a kind of enhanced a little bit of the calming energy.
It certainly has.
So let's talk about a little bit about journey, the journey that you've been with me, and I have to say that I think you are the first ever a lady came to my yoga class.
Wow.
And that has been, it feels like, I don't know, a lifetime ago. So I think, I'm not sure, it was 2000, when was that? Was it 2018?
I think it was about 2017, 18. Yeah.
So it was after my training. So I'd like you to, just in your own words, tell me and everyone else how you met me. I mean, if somebody recommended you, or was it just something that...
I think, trying to remember back, I think that you advertised, and I saw your advertisement, and it was quite local to me, and I thought, oh, this sounds really good, I'm going to give this a go. And
was it before pandemic?
It was before pandemic.
It was before pandemic, yeah.
And I got there, and you were just so welcoming and so bubbly and friendly, and put me straight at ease already. And I think the class, it doesn't matter. I had done yoga before.
Oh, it's interesting.
But it doesn't matter because the class suited everybody. You know, you adapted it. So it was fine whether you're a beginner or intermediate or whatever you are. It was such an enjoyable class that,
and then you kept coming back.
I kept coming back. Yeah.
It was like off Castle Road, wasn't it? There's a studio off Castle Road at the time. Yeah, it was. Yes.
I mean, you've moved to a few studios, but
yeah.
I've come to all of them, so so that must be a good thing. But I come back because I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy that you do a mix of yoga. You do like lots of stretching, lots of breath work, meditation, which I really find beneficial. You explain a lot of things that make sense about the body and you know how it works and you know and what is needed. I love the yin. I love the sort of hatha type yoga, the stretching, lots of stretching. The restorative is amazing. Yeah, the restorative, using all the props, all the bolsters, all the eye masks, everything. Yeah, it's really...
I know, I think I've been focusing on that quite a lot recently in recent years because I believe really that people need more and more of it.
I think so.
I think the world is getting really into... I had a retreat about a few days ago and we had this younger girl, the youngest of all of us. I think she was 20-something, and she fell asleep in restorative at sound bath. And we realised we were already there, kind of almost leaving, and then she just got up, and I was like, wow, that's first of all, it's great because I think the whole environment and place put her in a place. At the end of the day, of course, you move, you walk, you eat really well, you relax. So you put her at ease, and everybody start feeling a little bit more. And they start enjoying the day more. But also, I think everybody start sort of taking. I always think there is something at the end of the day when you start. Knowing more people and you start really blending into community, you feel welcome, you feel you belong, you know
exactly.
It doesn't matter what level you are, and then you suddenly let go and then restore. That's what it makes you. And she fell asleep, and it was really interesting that she was the youngest of all, and I'm realizing more and more that this younger generation really needs such a support of rest.
They do. I don't think they need all the really hard, fast classes. I think they actually
really
need to be taken back to basics and to I think it's you've created a community. It's not just a yoga class. It's like a lot of friendship has come from
developed,
it. Yeah, and we all support.
So how long do we know
each other?
6 years.
Yeah, I think about 8 years. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think the whole class, you know, who doesn't matter who's in it, we all sort of seem to become very, and we've all got the same purpose and the same goals, and you know what we want to get out of it, and
a
what
mature,
we need.
beautiful, strong woman. That's what we are. Well, that's the community, isn't it, as well? Yeah.
It is.
And have you been on my retreat? You have been on my retreats before.
I went to Norfolk, which was the most beautiful retreat.
Lexham.
Yeah. Me and my friend, we went, and the place was absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, like little cottages, as you know, you know, sort of attached to the main building. Oh, it was so beautiful. The most beautiful grounds. I mean, fire pits, it had everything there, didn't it? Lovely walks, a river.
Was there any particular things that you remember that you'd enjoy the most?
Well,
what sticks in
you'd
your
done
mind?
the itinerary, so we didn't have to think about anything. It was all sort of, you know, there for us. All the props, everything was all put out, ready. So we arrived in this most beautiful space. With all, you know, lovely glass all around it, seeing the countryside. And we had lovely morning yoga before breakfast, which was very invigorating, you know. And then we had the most amazing nutrition that you had arranged, which was absolutely wonderful. We had the most lovely restorative classes in the evening before we had our evening meal. They were super lovely, but in the meantime we had time to relax, do our own thing a little bit, which it's always nice to have that bit of time to yourself away from. And we did some beautiful walks, and we did some beautiful walks by like the lakes, and just looking at nature and being around nature.
Did you feel like more rejuvenated? Did you feel like
come away feeling totally rejuvenated and so relaxed. Yeah, it was lovely. It was really, and you were away from the busyness of the world. It was, we didn't, you know.
Yeah, it's a lovely, it's a special place there, I have to say.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to ask you if this journey, sort of being with me, I think you come up, I can see you on a regular basis, even though that I know you travel, go on holidays here and there, but you always seem to come back, whether it's in a sort of class. But I recently, when I sort of finished my health coaching diploma, I did a little bit of coaching with you. Well, I don't know why I said a little bit, but coaching, health coaching, and then supported. So how did you find that?
Yeah, well, it was so helpful, because during COVID time, which was a difficult time anyway, I was going through a really life-changing illness, having lots of conventional treatment, and then you come along and you supported me throughout all that, you know, and a lot of the time at no expense to me. So you were quite amazing. You know, you gave me tools to sort of how to look after myself better, how to move forward. We met even COVID times when we were allowed to in the park, and you gave me some like one-to-one coaching with actual yoga itself, because I felt like my body had given up on me. And
I remember that.
I had no strength, no energy, but you were gentle, you were really kind with me and very supportive. That was, you know, quite amazing. That really was. That really helped. And then we had like coaching days when COVID had finished, and you really talked about nutrition with me and started to get me on a better path to recovery, and trying to support my body better to cope with all the, you know, the treatment I was going through. And I followed that on to this day. I still use a lot of the knowledge.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, you had such knowledge, and you just had the time, and you listened to what my concerns, my problems were, and what I needed to do from my body and what I was concerned wasn't, going right. And, helped me very much to get back to quite good health again.
Yeah.
So
You look amazing.
I'll always be grateful for that.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's generally you've been.
It's interesting to actually have a time to talk about this now.
Yeah.
It's like I always think that life is about allowing a time and a space. Because we might have maybe said something like this before, or maybe you said it in a few words, but I think in this moment I found like you really open up, you really said it all, that it's what you've been going through and how much I support you. But sometimes maybe I need you to hear it as well, that it's that I have been there, and
the knowledge, your knowledge is, wonderful, because it helps so many people, and going forward, there's a lot of people out there that
they might
need that help and support, whether it be with the fitness or whether it may be, feeding the body with the right nutrients.
Feeding the mind.
And the mind.
And feeding the mind. I think that's another thing, isn't it?
I mean, you even help me with my mindset as well, because it all is one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you it all sort of made sense. So
you can't separate one another. So would you recommend my services, Sandra?
Oh, definitely. yes, of course I would. I think you have such a range of knowledge, and your yoga is so lovely, and it's so thought out, and you adapt as well. Like if we come into class and we've got an issue or a problem with our body, you will always give us the alternatives, or even I've noticed sometimes change the class, what you've planned for the day, to sort of flow better, so that it doesn't have any, if you're not feeling quite, if you're too tired, then you'll sort of realise that we might need more restorative rather than
a really strong one.
So without a doubt, and your nutrition advice and workshops and your retreats. I mean, I hope.
Oh yeah, have you heard of the upcoming retreat?
I know, it looks amazing. The one in Greece.
Yes, the one as well. So I've got one that's going to be women's longevity mini retreat.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
It's just like a 3 hours. So I think I'm hoping to support you and in your own journey I always think as we getting older we can get younger. So I've always been very much into longevity and healthy aging and increase in the health span. And I always feel that we have ability to take a control on our health. And I really wanted to spread that. I wanted to be contagious, because I don't really like that a woman comes into a certain age, whether it's 50, 60 or beyond, that we have to feel a certain way, that we cannot get up or move, or we can't think, or we can't have a clarity in the mind. I think that all could be actually supported by our movement, nutrition, mindset, and then on a daily basis. So I've set up this, I wanted to do, this is going to be very seasonal, like spring, summer, and then in autumn and winter, and it's kind of more like a 3 hours
sounds good.
Supporting women in perhaps when they go through the hormonal changes. A woman that as well, not just in that time, but like I always think it's even 30 years old a girl or 35 years old girl could actually need the support, because I think if you wanted to feel great in your 50s, I would start when I'm 35 to really focus what you're eating, how you're moving, how much you're resting, where is your mind, is it positive, is it like all that. I think it just plays such a, and community. and community is a big part. Maybe that's why I set up the walking group. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
I've got a walking group as well. Yeah, I've got a walking group that is starting. But
that sounds really good.
But I'm hoping that you'll come to this short mini retreat as well.
Yes, that sounds really good.
And yes, you're not coming to Ikaria. No, you can't. Can you not?
I can't come because I'm already away. Because that does sound amazing. And last year I saw all the photos and heard about it all, and it sounded very special.
Yeah, so it's one of the longevity islands in Ikaria. And being there last year, it's just, I feel like there's something, it's like a magnet. I feel I have to go back, and I wanted to, immerse myself, but also bringing other people with me, because it's such a slow pace that it's almost frightening. I just feel I think whenever we travel around the world, where we experience things, I just think it's going to this place, Ikaria, where it's so slow and back to basics. It's just amazing, like having really feel of it, that why are we rushing? Why do we have to stress? Why do we not have time for breakfast? Why do we not have time for anything in the morning? Why do we, there's so many things that we could actually enhance in the health and well-being.
I think we're all anchoring to go back to that sort of way of life, aren't we?
I think so. I think that we need to do less things and more, I think we don't need to do 100 things in one day or 10 things, but do 2 things and have time for more friends and family and then community and then breathing and then, and relaxing and resting. I think that's which I feel that we need to head to. Yeah. Because the life actually...
If I'd have known that, it's my younger self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's never too late.
Yeah.
It's
never too late. It is never too late.
Never too late.
No, it isn't never too late. But that's good. Definitely good advice.
Yeah. It's never too late. I've got a book that there was a woman, it's actually quite old, a long time ago, but I remember she was in her 60s and she started yoga at that time. Now it's just normal, but 60 years ago, when you're 60, you felt people think that you're very old, right? Yeah. 60 years ago, 50 years ago. Yeah. Now with 60, we are young. It's just, we can live another 60 years old. The perspective is different. It's very different, I think, now. And the woman in her 40s, 50s, you could just thrive. I don't know, and 60s, I don't know. To me, age is absolutely irrelevant. Always have been.
That's very true. And it's the mindset as well, isn't it?
And it's like, as soon as you're doing something a little bit extra for you, you know how that good feels good, or it makes you feel better. You breathe better. Yoga or a movement or walking. If you around the people that they're positive and they're supportive, you feel better as well. You have this, it's almost like this purpose in life as well, that it drives you.
It's so true. And when you come away from a yoga class, you actually do feel so much better in yourself. Yeah, and when you walk in, definitely. Yeah, so it's very good. It's a great package. Because
is it anything that you? I'd love to. So one more question, I think I'm going to ask you. Is it anything throughout the journey that you had with me? There was a lots of. I hear lots of from sort of health coaching, bringing more that holistic approach to yoga, to mindfulness, to retreats, to all sorts of community. Is it anything that you feel like you wanted to learn more, or you haven't, or is it anything that you feel that I could be more supportive?
Well, I think there's always more to learn anyway.
Good answer.
Yeah. The nutritional side and the, like I say, all the holistic approach really, really interests me. And I do believe that is so important. And I just love the restorative as well. And I just feel like the whole package, just put it together, and it helps my mind as well. And if my mind's at peace, and that's why I find the breathwork is very important, especially now at this stage, you know.
I think we have a breath is quite getting faster,
Yeah.
not slower.
Yeah.
In the world,
Exactly.
I think.
But I think yeah, you know, I love your recipes that you put on. That you
Oh,
have your
yeah.
Facebook page and your
Yeah.
recipes. I love that. And you know, you come to you bring to class sometimes some lovely treats for us, and you know, really healthy but absolutely gorgeous. And I love the fact that they're not packed with sugar, and you explain and
Yeah.
you know all the nutrients that's in everything.
So you come home and you wanted to make yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Inspires you.
Yeah, it does. I can't say I always do it, but I was, yeah, you know, yeah, there's lots. I like seeing your pages and all the different foods you make, and yeah, it's inspiring, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'd say, very inspiring.
Well, Sandra, thank you so much to be here to share. I think we could actually talk for another half an hour. I think we might do.
Thank you for you know for all what you have done. You know for myself and the community.
And what I will do.
And what you will do going forward.
Yes. So no, thank you for you to have allow the time to come here and just to share this
You've given me lots of time, you know, when I've needed it, and I appreciate that so much. Yeah.
I hope I can support you more and more and more.
Thank you.
100 and beyond. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you.